2. What?
So, I want you to imagine you're on a pixel. For about a month, you've been doing these bait streams 12 hours a day, hyping up CS2, driving tons of attention to the game and getting huge numbers of people excited for the release. Fat dubs. Then, on March 22, the day finally arrives. The release is crazier than anyone ever imagined, the moment has finally come, and you suddenly discover
Oh my god, bro! Oh my, don't remind me, holy fuck. Bro, I was so fucking sad, I swear to god. Like, I don't feel like I'm entitled for like anything or whatever, but bro, it was such a weird feeling. But also, we had no idea, Arrow and I, how restricted it is, you know? Because it felt like that almost anybody had access, because we saw people like Shroud, like Tarek, everybody playing it. And then, like, we didn't know that it was just 0.7% that had access. Like, now it makes more sense and so on, but
being given,
like, I thought 50% maybe got the beta, and I was sitting there like, Jesus, I was so fucking sad.
an invite to play CSGO.
This is not how I expected it, Arrow. Bro, I was about to cry, bro. I could cry,
How did none
man.
of us get it?
This guy though?
I don't miss yes. I don't want to go back. I'm happy with where I'm at.
Yeah, he's in. When CS2 dropped, a lot of
Bro.
CSGO content creators kind of got screwed. And it wasn't just on a pixel. The War Owl was locked out.
Yeah.
Name King was locked out. Vu was locked out. Honohor was locked out. Sparkles
Actually, it's pronounced Haungongange. Haun, Gaun, Gangne.
was locked out. Sparkles was locked out. Arrow was locked out. Anomaly was locked out. Furious
Trilux.
was locked out. In fact, with a couple of exceptions,
My
CSGO
mom also didn't get in, bro.
content creators simply weren't invited into the limited release and were mostly reduced to begging for it on Twitter. And I know I made fun of Honor here, but seriously, why wasn't he in right away? There were three main groups of people Valve actually gave CS2 access to on the day of release. A handful of native creators who clearly deserved it, everyone who'd ever competed in a major, and then it was just handed out at random to 2 to 3% of CSGO players.
Ooh,
Well,
less. I mean, now we know that it's more like 0.7% maybe.
Valve actually says they allocated based on trust factor and recent playtime and stuff like that, but a quick look at some of the people who got it shows that whatever system they used clearly wasn't applying those guidelines too aggressively. Also, apparently a bunch of cheaters got in, although it's hard to know for sure here because Valve accidentally left cheat commands in the game. Now, there are perfectly good reasons to give access to everyone who's ever been to a major. Many of them are very notable active players, and even if they are washed up and hiding in the Valorant scene, it's worth it to at least get them to come back and stream the game for a day and show it to their audience. That on its own is fine. It's just that at the same time, actual content creators who dedicate their life to CSGO and need CS2 to have a job are forgotten about and have to beg for access on social media. Also, Callie got it on his VacBand account. This isn't really that relevant, but it does make the situation quite a bit funnier. Now, Valve did gradually start letting some content creators in. ohnepixel, Honohor, War Owl all managed to get in on the first day. Naking got access 3 days later. Arrow even got in 6 days later, although that may have just been because they mixed him up with a German pro from Big Clan. But in the meantime, Anomaly still doesn't have it.
Not all players on regional ranking got CS2. Source, I didn't get CS2. Arrow. Nah, ain't no way. What the fuck? Imagine. Does he have access now?
Anomaly still doesn't have it. Sparkles still doesn't have it. Furious doesn't have it. Vu doesn't have it. Trilux doesn't have it. And rather than being able to use their main accounts to make content on CS2, they've been reduced to posting SpongeBob memes and bad paint art on social media instead. And look, these guys can and do borrow accounts with access. They can still make content ultimately, but it's not what you call ideal. And it begs the question, why exclude these guys?
You don't want to do it. You don't want to be like, you know, you don't want to be the person with the fan base to like, oh yeah, I borrowed this account in order to, you know, Steam doesn't want you to do it. It's TOS. Like, I don't know, man. You don't want to be that example for, you know, for the community.
Guys, it's their job to make content about CSGO. There's no downside to give them access, and they play an important role in the community. Valve have always acted in their own weird ways, but this is just kind of and I don't know why they can't draw up a quick list of content creators and let them in. The fact someone like War wasn't let in at the moment of release clearly shows it was something of an afterthought, and while I think that is excusable on the day, at this point, I really have no idea how some of these people are still waiting.
Lul, that's a rough ending. Yeah, I mean, wow, listen now. The fact that Trilux, huh?